Hey, this is Brando Figure. I just came across some crazy news, and is that Mattel just reclaimed the license for DC, and that's just crazy because McFarlane has been doing pretty good, kind of pretty good, but it looks like McFarlane will lose the DC license, and he only has until June of this year, not next year, this year. Yeah, he'll be making the movie Superman figures, and then after that, he's done. So, yeah, which is unfortunate. And it seems like Mattel will take over, and Mattel will be making DC action figures from then on. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to do any better than McFarlane. Maybe they will, because they have made some pretty good looking He-Man figures. They look proportionate. They look like superheroes. And they can do a lot. They have a lot of articulation points. And it looks like they can do it now, this time. I gotta be honest with you. They don't look that impressive. You can see right here the He-Man figure with the cape. It kind of gives you an idea of what Batman and Superman will look like. You know what I mean? And it's not a good look. So I don't know if they'll do well with this. It might be a downgrade compared to the McFarlane figures, because McFarlane, McFarlane Toys is a very good sculptor company. You know, they sculpt really good sculpt. It's just that they have not been good with articulation points. You know, like these articulation cuts. They put these articulation cuts on there as an afterthought, but now recently they have been getting better at it. Especially that Crisis on Infinite Earth Superman. You know, like take a look at Fleischer Superman. That looks really good now. It's finally getting better. They're finally getting really good at it. And now they have to stop the license. It's just crazy. All I can say is that this is crazy news. And we'll find out everything about it this weekend, which is the Toy Fair. And I'm going to be on the lookout for that stuff. And yeah, it'll be very, very interesting. Dang. McFarlane is over. It's over for McFarlane. People are saying that Mattel is going to make some really bad, ugly action figures like those DC Universe classics. But here's what I say. Mattel has been working on some pretty good looking figures just before McFarlane took over. And they looked pretty good. They were not so bad. Hopefully, I have a feeling that Mattel will still be working on a 7-inch scale for DC figures, but I'm hoping they will work on a 6-inch scale DC figures. I mean, just so many people have always wanted affordable 6-inch superposable DC action figures, and we never got one, ever. It never happened. Ever since the DC Universe classics went away, we just never saw those ever come to fruition. Ever. It just never happened. And it was pretty sad. So hopefully we'll really get the 6-inch DC figures. That will be sweet. Now, the only thing I'll be really excited about when it comes to Mattel DC figures is the scale, 6-inch scale. But the quality of the sculpts, the quality of the plastic is not going to be the same as McFarlane. You can see right here that Mattel looks really goofy compared to the McFarlane figure. Now, look at that McFarlane figure. It looks incredible. McFarlane has this signature look to it, where it looks really detailed and sculpted, like refined sculpt. It's just hard to explain. McFarlane has a knack for detailed texture. That's what I would say. The detailed texture and musculature and exaggeration in his work. And you don't see that in the Mattel figure. The Mattel looks like a run-of-the-mill, just a simple, plain, boring action figure. McFarlane's figure looks really interesting, very dynamic, very electric. It's hard to explain. You can tell the difference between the two. So, we will see a lot of downgrade in the first batch of the action figures next year in 2026, when Mattel takes over and makes the action figures. It's not going to be the same. So, we'll see. Will they do a better job on cape? Like wired capes? McFarlane nailed it. I don't know if Mattel will be able to do it. They haven't done it very well. Well, actually, they have done some pretty good cloth stuff for Barbies. So there's that. So we'll see. And and the wrestling figures. They have done some cloth goods for wrestling figures. They have. But they look kind of goofy. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited because of the possibility of Mattel working on 6-inch scale action figures for DC. But if they still work on 7-inch, it's going to be a downgrade compared to McFarlane. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. I would love to hear what you think about that.